everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie, Mandy.
And I'm here with my maybe bestie, Jessica, depending on this video.
So today we are doing our convincing my bestie to read video. And this is the series where we determine whether our friendship can handle what we make our bestie read.
And if you missed the last episode, I was kind to Jessica with what I had you read. But I made some comments about how her prom stories could be taboo.
Yep.
At least the start. Nothing taboo happened at prom, I should preface that. But the start of prom could definitely be turned into a very taboo book. So I made those comments. And then I laughingly said, and now we're going to be doing reverse harem for mine, which if you've watched our channel, you know I do not like reverse harem. So
yep.
And I think that's where we're going with this.
Paybacks are a bitch and so am I. So today we're doing reverse harem. Woohoo!
So let me tell you about our prom junior and senior year.
Actually, many of you have requested reverse harem. Our relationship is just fine. Don't scare them like that, Mandy.
Speak for yourself.
Like I said, they will not be getting any prom stories, Mandy, as of right now.
Okay, let me have it.
Okay. So it's 6 books.
First, I have 6 books. Each book features 1 female and 20 men.
Not 20. I get confused. I really do when it comes to reverse harem. They have to be done right. And by right, I mean, please don't confuse me, okay, on who the guys are. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are still doing our Road to 1K giveaway. Our current giveaway is going to be for 500. We are doing the cinch sack, the dark romance cinch sack filled with goodies and a copy of Twisted Love by Anna Huang. So just make sure you hit that subscribe button and you can see that. Actually, you did a thing on our community tab where you guys can see the giveaway there.
I did. And make sure to follow us on Instagram.
For
We're
next
also on TikTok too.
We are. We're there too. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Ready? You're supposed to say yes.
Yes! Yay!
You're supposed to be excited. You've heard of quite a few of these books, so.
Oh, thank God, you went away.
That was my fudge. Now I'm huge. Okay, let me go out and come back in. No. That was my mother.
Just do it like that where you're like.
Okay, so for my first suggestion, are you ready? This is one I've told you about before. I chose it for you because I know of your love for Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
I know about your love for Vampire Diaries. So this is Newly Undead in Dark River by Grace McGinty. Now, I've told you about this one before. I'm actually going to read the back of this book because it is hilarious and it totally it just gives you everything that I would tell you anyway. It just does it so much more poetically. So let me just read you the back, okay?
Okay.
All right. When Micah McKellen woke up in a stormwater drain while backpacking around Canada, she knew that her mother was right. If you made bad choices, you would end up dead in a ditch. But when she stumbled into Dark River, even her mother could never have dreamed up the residents of this small town in the middle of nowhere, Alberta. Oh, it had all the usual suspects, quirky diner owners, untrustworthy outcasts, and a sheriff so hot he'd make any red-blooded woman with a heartbeat beg to be in cuffs in the back of a patrol vehicle. No, the really unusual thing about Dark River was that it was entirely populated by the undead, vampires to be specific, and so was Micah. As Micah adjusts to the life of a vampire, a dark presence stalks her from the shadows. One of the residents of Dark River was her murderer, or was her maker and her murderer. And they were determined to ensure that Micah never rested in peace. So here's the deal. they're not allowed to drink from humans. They're not allowed to make new vampires in this town, right? Somebody made her. Somebody drank from her and they made her. And who did that? Who harmed her? And then, she has fated mates that kind of come along. So there's more than one. The hot sheriff. Yup. But there's a few others. And there's, and they're not all vampires. 2 aren't, I think, if I remember right. But love this. It is a series. The first one can be read, and if you like the first one, you can move on. But you can just read the first one if that's the thing. So don't think that you're like committing to a series. If you don't like it, you don't move on. This is the first one.
Okay.
But it does have its lighthearted moments. So it's not like dark. God, I love this series so much. So just know that when we go to the Rockies, if Grace makes it there, so will all of my books. Okay. Just so we know.
You'll be in line. I'll be on the line for an hour.
I'll be the one person that everybody hates at these book signings because I drank all of my books with me for her to sign. Yeah. Okay. So then the next book that I have is Lilac by B.B. Reed. So this is a Rockstar reverse harem. This one is thicker, but there is audio for it, so you can listen to this one if that helps you get through it. So this one is about our guitarist. She is a female guitarist. She is Braxton. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Her name's Braxton. And she gets contracted to be a guitarist for Bound, which is the it's a rock band that she's been obsessed with, that she's auditioned for. They have just lost their guitarist to, I think it was a drug overdose. And so she signs a contract to be their guitarist for a year. Now, she's told that the band is about to fall apart, basically, and it is her job to keep them together, do whatever ends. It sounds corny. It sounds like it sounds, but there is really, really good plot in this. It does sound like I know how it sounds. There's 3 guys. They all have issues of their own making. They all have different varying hangups and quirks and things. They are not getting along. But there is plot. I promise there's plot. If I will not go into a reverse harem if there is not good plot, and I promise you. The reason why it's so thick is because there's plot. So, yeah. This is a very popular one, by the way. For good reason. Okay. You're laughing. Don't laugh too hard. You'll just you'll give me a complex.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Was that Amazon telling you that your book has been ordered? Okay, so one of the very first reverse harems that I ever read, and this is one that, like, when someone's first starting out and doesn't know, like, if they're going to like reverse harems.
I already read Sticks and Stones.
I'm not going to tell you to read Sticks and Stones. This is one that I would tell people to typically start reading. This is a little more, it's not YA. Trust me, it's not YA, but it's just a little more, I don't know. It's kind of, it's very popular. It's just kind of, it's a beginner reverse harem. Not that there is such a thing, but this is Hate by Tate James. This is also a 5-book series, I believe. Read the first one. It does end on a cliffhanger, but if you don't like it, you don't have to continue, okay? So this is the Madison Kate series. This is obviously about Madison Kate. She is just getting out of high school, so she is younger. So she, on the night before Halloween, or it's Halloween, it's right around there, whatever, she goes to a fight, an MMA type fight. It happens at this old amusement park type thing. And the fight gets broken up. Like, there's a thing that happens at the fight where they all have, where it gets attacked. A shootout happens. Is what happens at the fight. Everybody kind of flees, and she gets somewhat rescued by these guys, and they end up putting something, their hoodie on her, and they end up getting her away from the fight and the shootout. And when they get her down the road, they're like, okay, you're safe. We got to go do some stuff now. We've got a call. We've got to go do this thing. You just wait right here. Help is on the way. Well, cops pull up and they're like, oh, hey, we checked in your hoodie. You have keys to this place here where the shootouts happened. The keys that open this place. So we're arresting you because you're the one who, allowed access to this place. And she's like, wait, but I'm Madison Kate Danvers. And they're like, no, Madison Kate Danvers was killed at the amusement park tonight. She was the one person who was shot. And so, you're going to jail. She ends up getting thrown in jail. They figure out that no, she was not killed. It was somebody else that was killed that looked like her that night. But she ends up having to go live in Thailand for a year. I think it was Thailand with her aunt for a year because of all the crap that goes down. Her dad is some big official in town. And so to get the heat off of her, she has to go do that. She comes back a year later, and these 4 guys who were basically behind all of the stuff that went down, are living in her house, in her mansion, because the big head guy that was behind all of this shit, his mom is getting married to her dad. And so she comes back, and these 4 guys who were behind all of this crap are living in her house. And so, it's kind of a hate to love kind of situation between the 4 of them and her. It's actually way better than what it sounds. It's actually pretty good. So it's actually one of my favorites to read. So, Yeah. Anyhow, look, there's 4 of them, and they're MMA fighters, and they're hot.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not done. That's only 3, Mandy.
I know. I'm like, okay, let's get this going.
Okay, fine. I'm just kind of reliving it all in my head right now. It's a lot of guys in one short space. Okay, next. So next we have Carnage Island. The Ring Lights Killing Me by Lexi C. Foss. This one's more paranormal. This is an Omegaverse situation, our shifter situation. So this we have Clove. She is a shifter, a wolf shifter. Shush! I see the look on your face.
I'm just writing my notes.
Okay, so she has been, there's a mating type ceremony, like where she has to get married to the dude. And the night that happens, it is discovered that she is a half-breed. So she is half human. So she is rejected by her pack. She is rejected by her mate. And she is sent to Carnage Island. So this is where like all the rejects, the worst of the worst, get sent. And it is like it's described, Carnage Island. It is where the horrible people get sent. It is like, the bad place. And so she gets sent there. And when she gets there, it is like kill or be killed type situation. But, that's not what happens when she gets there. She gets there and there's a pack of guys that are just kind of waiting for her. But there is plot. There's a really good plot here. Just it's Omegaverse. It's really good. She's like an alpha in an Omega's body. It's really hard to explain because it's just really hard to explain. Okay. Just trust me.
Okay.
Nothing is what it seems. There's a lot of mystery in this one. Okay. Last 2. You know that this is going to be on here. This is my Okay, Second to the Right by T.S. Kenley. This is the first book in a trilogy. Again, if you don't like it, you don't continue on. This is a Peter Pan continuation. Peter Pan and the Lost Boys have grown up. Peter has, yeah, they have. Peter still has this promise to Wendy that he would always bring back the daughters of Wendy for the May Day celebration. And so he has this desire to bring back a daughter of Wendy. And so that is where he goes and he gets Gwen. She is the daughter of Wendy. She is a descendant of Wendy. So he brings Gwen back. Gwen has been in a relationship with a guy. She has just broken up with him. She's drunk. They've had a fight. He's harmed her. and they had a fight, and I think he hit her, if I remember right. And she'd gotten drunk that night, and Peter shows up in her bedroom, like he does in her bedroom window, and takes her back to Neverland. Her sister is dying of cancer. She's very sick, and she's been her sister's sole caregiver. Their parents have died. But when you get to Neverland, you forget. Remember, like in the stories, Neverland has this way of making you forget things. And so she's in Neverland with Peter and the Lost Boys, but there's still things happening at home, and she starts to forget about home life and the things that are happening at home. So there's a lot of stuff that is happening in Neverland. Is a fight for Neverland and the things that are happening there. But yet she's trying to still remember that she has to get home to her sister and why she needs to be home with her sister. And so this is an epic story. This is one of those just amazing, amazing epic stories. So you have the mermaids, and you have Captain Hook, and you have all those other things. It's yummy. It's still good. It's just an adult story. It's good. Not too many guys. We're good. And then last but not least, one of my latest favorites, Paper Heart by Grace McGinty. So here we have Blake. She has left her small town in Georgia, and she has gone to LA. She has gone to she's been accepted to an art school, a design school. But when she gets there, she has discovered that the school is not there. It is like this ruin, this rubble. Like the place has been torn down, and it was a complete scam. And so she ends up looking for a job, and she gets a interview with these guys to be their graphic designer. And she goes to their house out in Beverly Hills, and they are looking for this graphic designer. They think that she's a guy. And she pulls the whole, wait, you're not going to hire me because I am a woman thing. And they're like, well, we run a web-based design, or we have run a platform for porn, and we have our own porn sites, and we are looking for someone to run those. Do you think you can handle that? One of them is a potter. He does pottery naked. One of them is a naked chef, and the other one is just naked and likes to talk a lot. And so she becomes their graphic designer. It is so funny, and it is so good, and it is absolutely adorable, and I love this book. It is hilarious. So that is number 6 for you. So Mandy, I know that these are amazing options, and I know that you're so excited to read Reverse Harem. Don't spend too much time deciding.
You're like all over the place with like your recommendation.
I wanted to give you so many options.
I see that.
I know, yeah. I wanted you to be able to have a plethora of decisions.
I do like vampire stories, I guess, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time deciding. I'm thinking of doing Second to the Right because it's the Peter Pan retelling. But then Paper Heart sounds like the most normal.
Contemporary. The word you're looking for is contemporary.
So I can't decide between the two. Which would you pick for somebody who doesn't like, maybe somebody's watching this and they're like, oh, I've never
read Reverse Harem, and you're not normally into paranormal type stuff, I would go with either Paper Heart or Madison Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with Peter Pan, you have to be into paranormal?
No. The Peter Pan one too is amazing. Somebody who reads more contemporary, that's what I would go with.
Does T.S. Kinsley have a Kinley? Is that it? Kinley?
Mm-hmm.
T.S. Kinley. Does she have something out that's not?
This was their first book.
So this is all she has out is the Peter Pan retelling.
Yeah, it's a sister duo. The 2 sisters wrote it, the 2 of them. So these 3 books, the 3 Peter Pan, they're all the trilogy. That is their first 3 books. But you would never know. Would never know. They're so good.
I can't decide between the 2.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, I just don't know what to pick. Pick for me.
Oh, I am not going to be responsible for that.
Okay.
Well, okay. You've read a Grace McGinty book. You read Sticks and Stone.
Yes. Okay, so I'll do
her writing style, did that work for you?
Yeah, I liked it. I just am not really into reverse harem. I'm going to try Second to the Right, the Peter Pan retelling.
I am so excited you're trying Peter Pan. I mean, I don't know how you're going to like it because I know how you feel about reverse harem. So I'm not going to be mad if you hate it. But oh gosh, I'm so excited. You have to go to her TikTok page and look at their stuff because holy cow.
I've seen quite a bit of it, and that's one of the reasons that I was leaning that way.
Yeah, because they have some amazing art, like original art. Yeah. Okay.
We'll check back in and see how I like reverse harem.
I do just say their writing is very easy for me to read. So, yeah. So you finished it, Second to the Right.
I did.
Do you like that? You tried to get the ring lights not on the book? And what do you think?
Okay, it was a 4-star read. I enjoyed it. I just don't care for reverse harem. I just don't. I don't understand it. I'm not trying to slut shame Gwen or anything. I just don't get it. It's just not a trope I enjoy, I guess. I don't understand the appeal. I want the guy that comes in and is like, "You're mine."
Mm-hmm. But for you, like, that's higher than I thought you would rate it just because you hate reverse harem. So I think that's saying something for the book.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I have a question. Why is it called Second to the Right? Did I miss something?
Yes.
What did I miss?
Okay, this is the whole you not thinking you've heard of Peter Pan. Because the books are called Second to the Right, Straight on Till Morning. That's what Peter Pan says. The first one is Second to the Right, Straight on Till Morning. That's what he says to them when they're heading, like, that's how you find the star to head to Neverland. And then the third book is Queen of the Lost Boys because that's what she becomes, is the Queen of the Lost Boys. But Second to the Right, Straight on Till Morning is how you get to Neverland.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So poor Mandy doesn't think she actually watched Peter Pan growing up or read the book.
I don't think I did.
I'm a little concerned for you.
So next week, I'm going to have up my little golden book. I feel like I read Peter Pan.
But you go to Disneyland all the time if you've been on the Peter Pan ride. The Peter Pan ride is always broken down in like a 3-hour wait. But have you been on the Peter Pan ride?
Yeah, multiple times. And I was actually trying to think about that while I was reading the book.
You're going to be like, honey, we need to go back to Disneyland. I do have to say that after reading these books, I was waiting for the Queen of the Lost Boys to come out, but I'd read the 2, and it was at the end of May over Memorial Day weekend when we were at Disneyland, and I was seeing all of the Peter Pan merch, being in Disney, and I messaged the girls, T.S. Kenley, their sisters, I've mentioned that before, who are the authors, and I was like, I'm kind of looking at the Lost Boys and Peter Pan in a whole different light now. You kind of changed it for me a little bit here. And Captain Hook too. I already had a different idea of Captain Hook because when they filmed Once Upon a Time, it's just a few minutes down the road from where I lived, and so we would go watch them film that TV show, and so we got to see I can't remember the name of that. I remember the name of the guy that played Captain Hook. I can't remember his actual name. It's an Irish name, but I saw him all the time, so like, I already had that Captain Hook thing going, but, he's very small, by the way. He's a very small dude. Sorry. He's short and small. He's just small.
I just don't get it.
What, the reverse harem?
Yes. I just don't get it.
You guys, it was so funny because the text messages I was getting from you were like, Captain Hook too? Oh my gosh. And that one.
I actually was like, I texted you, I'm like, Gwen's a whore. She's like, what? Who's a whore?
Well, I was like, who is Gwen? I actually said, who the F is Gwen? Because I was like, what? Because it came out of the blue. You were gone. I was like, what is she talking about? And then she's like, in the book. And then it dawned on me who she was talking about. But I do have to say, this is their very first book. And so I think that the writing, the story, the plot is great. I mean, you would never know this was their first book. Mandy, if you take out the fact that Gwen is a whore, according to Mandy, if you take that out of the book itself does stand on its own, and it is a good book.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If she'd just been with Peter.
Yes. Or any of them, if she would have just picked one. But I mean, it was like really bad. Like, there's no time break. It's like,
come on,
boom,
come on.
boom, boom.
But this book is also not filled with sex. It's not. It's not. You don't read a lot of reverse harems are like all the way through. This doesn't have that. It's not like that. You get a relationship. You do. So what
relationship did she have with Hook? He
he just
a couple of things, and she was like, "Woo!"
Yeah. At that point, she was in it to win it. At that point, so she was checking all the boxes on the bingo board at that point, and nobody could blame her at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
yeah. So it was worth it. But you're not going to run off and read Reverse Harem again, right?
I was thinking, because I was gone, so I had like books already on my Kindle, and then I had to my Kindle sometimes will not connect to my phone to use as a hotspot. Like my first Kindle, I never had an issue with it. And then some jerk stole my Kindle.
I know. I have to go to that area for my daughter.
You're going to keep your eye out for my Kindle?
I'm gonna look for your Kindle. But second of all, I'm very paranoid about taking my Kindle.
Sweatshirt.
Yeah, and your sweatshirt. I'm very paranoid about taking my Kindle with me, because I'm like, Dad is like, they could have stolen my wallet and all my cards and like my grandmother's jewelry, but steal my Kindle.
They stole. Okay, so in San Francisco, apparently this is a huge issue, which I didn't know about until after my stuff got stolen. They stole my Disney backpack, which I had for like 12 years and went on every vacation with me. It had some sentimental value.
But it was worthless.
In that, yeah. No street value.
Yeah.
And it had a sweatshirt from Pearl Harbor. Again, probably no street value.
Yeah.
My Kindle, and I used my shoes, a used pair of Under Armour shoes. Again, no street value. It wasn't like it had like some special Air Jordans in there.
And we're talking a Kindle Paperwhite. It wasn't like the $500 Kindle Scribe.
Yeah, and I immediately disconnected it from my Amazon account. So the thing is worthless. It's useless. But yeah, somebody stole it. But anyways, my new one doesn't like to connect to my phone. It's like really glitchy on that. And so I really had to work hard to get it to connect to get the 9 Minutes book while we were down there. But I didn't. So I haven't decided. I have questions, because the first book ends in a cliffhanger. So I have some questions. So I've been debating. Do I just ask Jessica or do I read them? I may just ask you, because I have this long list of books I want to read. And if
you're not a fan,
watched our 1 minute rec, you know that I have 78 books on my shelf I haven't read now.
And you're making me want to count how many books are on my shelf that I haven't read. But that is a whole.
You need to do that.
That could be a whole different video.
Yeah, we could talk about that in our July wrap up.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should do that. And our July wrap up, just mainly for you and I, be like, okay, I have 74 books on my shelf I haven't read. And then in our August wrap up, has that changed? Did we buy more books? Did we read any books?
I always buy more books, but yeah. That's it. Mandy survived reverse harems, guys. Next time we'll torment her with aliens. All right. Okay. So
what are we going to get you with the next time? Make sure to check back and find out.
I'm really scared at this point. All right, guys. So thank you so much
I
for
already
watching.
told you what it was going to be.
I know. Yeah, like I said, thanks for watching.
Should we tell them what I told you it was going to be?
What did you tell? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wait, yeah. What did you tell me it was going to be?
I said it was going to be YA by Colleen Hoover with cartoon covers.
All right, guys. So check back next time to see what Mandy tortures me with. But thank you so much for watching.
Did I say to check back on Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays for new videos from us? Well, make sure you do that.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video.